So, Disney World is getting more expensive by the day. Everything's costing more. The travel, the trips, the tickets, the hotels, the parks are feeling more crowded with all the construction going on. So as we sit in 2026, the biggest question is Disney World still worth it? So, do I believe it's still worth it? Yes, with careful planning. You have to plan for these trips. You can't just book it and go. And we've discussed this in prior videos. So it's very important to plan the trip out and make sure you have everything set up and ready to go. So I'm Scott, the Disney vet. I'm a U.S. Air Force veteran, family of 5, and a DVC owner. So in 72 days, we'll be going to Disney World for the 3rd time this year. So to say that we don't enjoy Disney and we do not think it's worth it would be telling you guys an absolute falsehood, because we do enjoy it. We love Disney World. So with that being said, with everything going up, I'm going to break down today on the different. So today I'm going to break down an honest answer for is Disney worth it in 2026. And we're going to go through some things to where I'm going to explain why I think it still is and how we can do it as many times as we have. So let's start with the obvious problem. Disney World is very expensive. So as one current example, Disney's advertising a special 4-day, 4-park ticket. Now, for a family of 5, even with it being a special ticket, it still costs $2,180. That's just for the tickets. That's not lodging. That's not food. That's not travel. That's not any add-ons that we want to get if we want to buy lightning lanes for that day or whatever park we're going to. That is literally just the tickets. So even when they're advertising a discounted ticket, it's still a huge expense. So one of the biggest mistakes I've seen with talking to people is that everybody thinks they have to make. So one of the biggest mistakes I've seen is that people that go, they treat every Disney expense as is, I have to do this. So they get everything. They get the lightning lane. Sometimes they buy every single souvenir you can get, every popcorn bucket you can get a hold of, which is fine as long as you budget for everything that you do. You can't just go down there and do it all. So before you go, part of the planning is going to be deciding what's important to your family. Now, with us buying into DVC, that's changed the math for us, right? Because instead of paying this big lump sum for a hotel, we pay every month. And honestly, it's a relief, especially with us going 3 times in 1 year. We've been able to use our points for every single trip. And I'll be honest with you, going to DVC and moving up into the tier of the luxe resorts, I don't think I can ever go back to a value or a moderate. Maybe Riverside. I may be able to do Riverside, but that's only because I've been there before. I know what it's like. Other than that, we're going to use our DVC points unless we don't have them, and then I'll stay at Shades of Green because it's cheaper. I guess we can always rent DVC points, but hey, but let me caveat this. I'm not telling you that if you've been to Disney World one time and you plan on going back to go out and purchase DVC. That is a huge expense. So don't go out and buy it the first time that you go, because you may not enjoy it and you may get yourself into a contract where you lose money. So DVC makes the most sense for families and people that know they'll be returning year after year. And that's just one expense that they can afford each month, is the ability to actually pay monthly on their DVC contracts. If you don't have that in your budget, then I would advise not to get DVC. Now, the second advantage that we have access to is the military discounts, because I am 100% disabled. Not everybody's gonna have that. So we get the discounted tickets. We can get on Shades of Green for a special price. These discounts do not make Disney cheap by no stretch of imagination, but they make it a little bit easier. So if you have access to it, use it. So just because you have access to a military discount doesn't mean it's going to be the best available discount every single time you go. If you know somebody that's a travel agent that can book your trip for you, they might be able to get everything cheaper because they do get discounted tickets as well as being a travel agent, especially if they only do Disney. So that's an option right there as well. So even with the higher prices, the Disney parks are still some of the best theme parks in the world. The attractions are only part of the experience, right? I mean, we've all walked through Disney, at least most of us have. You have the decor, you have the buildings, you're immersed in whatever you're part of that day. Like if you're in Tomorrowland or Toy Story or Galaxy's Edge, you're immersed in those areas. There's nothing like that feeling like you get when you're at a Disney park. Now, I can only speak for Disney World because that's the only one I've been to. However, I am being completely honest with you. It makes Disney World, between the cast members, the shows, the attractions, the food, everything that you have access to, just that alone makes it worth it. To at least go one time and see if you like it. Some people can't do theme parks. Some people don't do roller coasters. Now, Disney luckily is not full of a bunch of roller coasters, but hey. And if you don't like Disney, there's other vacation destinations that Disney has as well. You have Aulani, you have Hilton Head. If you want to travel overseas, you have Disneyland Paris, Tokyo, Hong Kong, Shanghai. Soon you'll have Abu Dhabi, sometime in 2030. But you have multiple parks across the world, as long as multiple experiences you can do, even with the National Geographic experiences. Go on there and do research. If you don't like parks, there's other things that Disney can give you. However, we've all been here before. The quality of park doesn't matter if all you do is stand in line all day, right? Like, I mean, if you're standing in line for 2 or 3 hours per ride and you only get 3 rides in, you're not going to be happy about the amount of money you spent. So crowds and long waits are 2 of the biggest reasons why people leave Disney after the money they've spent and decide not to come back. Now, when we go, we don't try to hit everything all in one day. And that's the reason why we go for as many days as we do normally. If you get there late, that's fine. Just have a plan, know what you want to ride. The other option is you can rope drop, wait till it gets crowded, leave and come back later. Nobody says you have to stay there all day and wait in those lines, unless you just want to rope drop and close the park, open and close it. If you want to open and close the park, that's fine. A successful Disney trip should not feel like a military operation, but you should have a plan. So along with crowds, you have areas you can't get to because construction is a major issue in 2026 because all the improvements they're doing to every single park. Disney is building and changing major areas. Disney is building and changing major areas at Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios. So there's a lot of construction going on. Those projects are going to be great in the future for future experiences. But currently, yeah, it's a pain because you have to deal with the construction and the crowd. Before booking, check which attractions are going to be closed. Because if you're looking for a special attraction and it's going to be closed during that time, I wouldn't book during that time. Disney is always changing. It's a constant with them. But there's sometimes postponing a trip is better than just going and dealing with it. So the biggest reason why Disney remains a deal for us, and it's going to continue to be for us, is not for the food, it's not for the attractions, it's not just for the shows. It's for the memories. It's for the memories we can make with our kids. And hopefully when our kids get old enough, we can make with our grandkids. Because we're going to continue to go, even if I have to be in an ACV. It's just one of those things. So there's also another reason why Disney matters a lot to me. Okay? And it's more personal. So I've dealt with depression through the years. And Disney has been that happy spot for me. It was always there. But now it's the happy spot for me. And I look forward to it when we start planning, when we start booking hotels, when we start doing all that. Like, it means something to focus on. Doing a Disney trip is almost like coping, right? I mean, I had depression and you have depression. You understand that you need better coping mechanisms. Well, Disney's been that bright spot for me. And I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed watching my kids grow up in the park and them doing different things. Now, Disney's not going to solely make your depression disappear, but it could make it better. I'm not saying that if you have depression, it's going to fix you, because it probably will not. And for some people, it may make it worse because there's crowds. But that personal value, what it's done in my life, for my family, it's hard to put a dollar amount on. I'll work an extra job if I have to in order to get an extra Disney trip in. It's just what it is. At the same time, making those memories should not mean that your family goes into debt to make those memories. I would never tell you, hey, go put everything on a credit card, because we do not. We budget for it and we save for it. This year's been a little stressful because we went 3 times, and it is what it is. But hey, the worst thing you could do is go put Disney Vacation on a credit card because you feel pressure to keep up with the Joneses. Because they're going 3 times, we're going to go 3 times. They're going 4, we're going to go 5. That should never be the reason why you go to Disney World. So After all that, is the world worth it in 2026? For that answer, for my family, the answer is yes, with smart planning. The parks are still high quality, they're getting better, they're doing improvements, there's something for every age. DVC has made our life better. Nope. The DVC ownership and military discounts has made it cheaper for us so we can continue to go the way we want to. Disney has become, like I said, Disney has become a bright spot for when I'm going through difficult times and I just need to get away. Even if it's just me and my wife going, we'll go. It's cheaper that way anyway. So if you pay full price, you go during the highest times of the year. You fail to plan for the construction, you fail to plan for the crowds, you may leave Disney completely disappointed and never want to return. So choose the right dates, compare every available discount, decide what matters most to your family, and accept that you will not accomplish everything at Disney the first time you go. Disney World can still be worth it, but in 2026, you have to work harder to get that value. Now, after all this, I want to hear from you. Do you guys think Disney is worth it? What ways have y'all learned to save money? What are your do's and don'ts when it comes to lightning lanes and meal plans, whatever there is? What do you do? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoy honest Disney information from a veteran's point of view, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Follow me. I'm on all the social media platforms. I post videos regularly on a schedule. I just hope you guys have a blessed day.